and to the Artistry Collective's live Wednesdays. If you're seeing this red live button up here, we are live. If not, you're on the replay. That's great too. Just type in hashtag replay. Let me know that you stopped by. And the Artistry Collective is put together by Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage, and includes myself and Leah from Make All the Things With Me. And she will be up next, Make All the Things With Me with Leah. And today we're just going to have a casual paper crafting fun time at my messy desk here and see what we can create. I had a wonderful blessing today. One of the ladies from my subscription group, she lives in Alabama, and she actually was in Washington, and we got to have lunch today, and I just left her, and it was so much fun. So she gave me this wonderful little pop-up goodie here. Look at this. So it was like delivered Happy Mail, and it's so awesome. So let me see if I can make it work. You kind of hold it, kind of pops up like a little Kleenex box. It's so cool. I had it working in the cart. Oh, there we go. So it turns like this. Sorry, Kim. There we go. Yeah, it's so cool. Look at there. I love it. It's absolutely fantastic. And it folds down like a little origami box. Oh, if I did it right. There we go. Like that. Aha. I think it's so neat. So yeah, delivered Happy Mail and a fun lunch with a friend. That was a nice surprise. And today is also my 21st. Did we decide 21? Yeah. 21st anniversary today. So happy anniversary to us. And hello and welcome. Oh boy. I'm struggling to see comments today. I think that's Diana. Hello, Diana. I got to meet, well, not meet. I got to meet up with Kim from our group today. That was so much fun. I just left her. She is staying in Washington until Friday. So it was a nice treat to get to see her along her adventures. And today I'm using a freebie challenge paper by Line.Arrow. If you are in the Line.Arrow Facebook group, you can get these for free, or you can go to Line.Arrow's coffee site, coffee, whatever, coffee site, and you can get the papers there as well. I think they are for a fee on the coffee site, but it is very minimal. So, hello, there's Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Thank you so much for sharing the live out, getting us out there. Leah said she had a crazy, chaotic day today with no internet, and that is really tough when you're working in any kind of medical or dental office with no electronic charting like you're used to. So I'm sure she will tell us all about that next. At her time, she goes just after me, and she probably can really use a fun crafting session. So who knows what she will make. I'm sure it will be great. And these are fun little frames. I love these. And so many things, so many different ways you can put these together. So I thought we would cut one out, put it together. Oh boy. Who is that? The Painted Peach is here. Hello, Mary. Welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. Hi, Carol. Yeah, it's been a really fun day so far. I got to get out of the house, which was great. And we went to my favorite diner, and Kim and I sat at a table and just got to chat the afternoon away, which was fantastic. And of course, Mr. Frapps was there, but he was sitting at the counter with our diner friends. So good food. We had wonderful corn chowder. Loved it. Okay, so I'm going to use one of these frames. This is also a freebie paper, a cute little frame. And I love this little cluster right here. This is so cute. I did have a printing issue when I printed. My printer does what it wants sometimes. Whether I tell it to or not. Now this is just printed on regular printer paper. So, you know, you can print on cardstock of varying weights and photo paper as well. And that can give you some different looks. And even the coloration can be different if you're using different papers. So substrate really matters. You do know what you're making. That's awesome, Leah. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do today. I haven't had a chance to be live all week. I have not been feeling very motivated or great. My insulin pump was, caused a lot of chaos. it's here now, and I've got it back on as of this morning, so I had to change back to the pump insulin and all the things. I'm still wearing 2 sensors instead of just 1, but it's working. It's back. Probably be, I don't know, another couple of days before I feel totally myself again, but or whatever that new self is. I don't know yet. And tomorrow I go to the foot doctor again, so hopefully no bad things there. We're just hoping for progress, and it would be nice to, you know, it'd just be nice to not be in a bandage. I think my foot is just ready to be exposed. Well, maybe, I don't know. I gotta have a closed wound for that can happen, so we'll see. Okay, so really easy to cut these few things out. Beautiful paper for in the background. Love it. And we're just going to ink and stamp and have a great time and see what we can cluster together. Now these little frames, you can use as frames. You can use them you can use it as a little booklet. You can glue in photos on here. You can cut those out, use them as frames. All kinds of possibilities, which is fantastic. Love it. And I like that these little butterflies are in cute little frames too, so we can have a little play with these. Like I said, very easy to cut out. I've got them all ready to go here. Now for these centers, you can, like I said, you can cut them out. You can fold this way and make a little booklet or make it a frame. It can be double-sided, whatever you want it to be. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one out. I just poke a little hole and then get my scissors going. Now, sometimes I do this with a crafty blade, X-Acto knife or box cutter kind of a thing. And sometimes I just go with my scissors. So just do whatever feels right. Oh, hopefully that's, yeah, we're going to need some ink today because, like I said, the eyes are not working so great. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Wednesday. It is cooler weather here today in Western Washington. The 50s or 60s, I think it is today. So pretty overcast. We're expecting rain tomorrow, which we've been kind of enjoying not having rain for a little while. Okay. So like I said, you can leave this like a cool little booklet. That gives you something to stick some things to, like a background to work with, which I think I might do that. So let's go ahead and crease this here. And then I have really been liking my frayed burlap spray for everything. Now you can turn this either way if you want the thicker piece at the top or at the bottom. I kind of like it at the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and spray this. Now I do like this in here. Let's see, what do I want to have out? Now if you spray and you don't use a splat box, you can get spray everywhere. So just keep that in mind. There will be overspray on all of the things. Although now that I'm thinking about that, I don't know if I want to use that. See, it just adds that nice little darkened background so you're not inking that whole area, which is great. You could stencil back there. Let's see, I need to cut a little better here. What's everybody drinking today? I just got home. I had water first thing, and then now I'm having a Monster. This one's Recover, and it's the watermelon one. I really have been enjoying the strawberry lemonade one. Hello. Who just got here? What does that say? Bear with me. I'm having a terrible eye day today. Can't read much. Is that Christy? Christy's in the house, I think. Okay. I do want to add some ink along the edges here. I've also really been liking this Versa Magic. This one's Jumbo Java. It's one of my favorites from... I've used this for lots and lots of years. Oh, it's Susan. Hello, thank you for that. That helps. I can see you there. I just can't see. I can't read the tiny print very well. YouTube does have some nice features for accessibility when you're watching videos that aren't live. You can tap your screen and kind of pull like this and it'll zoom in on things, which is great. When you're live, that doesn't work. It does work on the replay though. You do the junk journal news. Oh, well, that's wonderful. Welcome in. We will be live for Thursdays with Friends tomorrow on Facebook on my page, doing our last June. I can't even believe that we are almost done with June. And Tamara's Designs and myself will be live. I think we decided on 2:30 Pacific Standard Time. And we will be making some fun things, last projects for Halloween. I always feel like Halloween just flies by, and that even when Halloween is just here and when in October, I feel like it's here and it's gone. Maybe that's why I just get out all my supplies, just start to get into it, just start to get going, and then it's gone and we got to move into Christmas. Go, go, go. Ugh. Okay. There we go. Got some more fun inky things going on here. Okay. I think I'm going to make this like a little pocket. Mr. Frapps just fixed up my glue. I've been having glue catastrophes like mad because I lost my pin for this. My beautiful glue pin that was made from Tamara's Designs broke, and I haven't fixed it yet. I really need to. So then I was trying to get a regular pin, and I lost that one. And okay, so I want this to be a pocket. So what do I want to glue here? I think I'm going to glue just down the sides and the bottom. And we'll keep our glue as close to the fold as we can there, just along the bottom. Not straight by any means. Okay, and don't glue anymore. There we go. And we'll close this up. All right, I want that to go flat. There we go. Crease it as good as we can. Now this will go into a junk journal or a journal page or something of that sort. And I've left this part open here, and we can choose to put something there, like we could leave it open. We could put some acetate in there, although I should have done that already. But we could also leave it just open like this, and when you slide something in here, it will be seen through the window. It is a little easier and more versatile if you do put a piece of acetate in the window. So let's do that. We could also put tape. So rewind. Let's find a piece of something. Also still have some really beautiful butterflies. I haven't seen any butterflies yet this summer. I know it's just barely summer, but if you blink for too long, you would totally miss summer. It feels like it's just here and gone in a blur. Let's see. Oh my goodness. I have wrappers galore, but none that I want to use. Where are they? Okay, well, let's see, what's this? I have been doing some moving things around, and I don't know if that was a good idea. Anybody else feel like that? I move things, and then I have to move them back, and yeah. Okay, this one, I can use this one. I did get some stencils recently from a sale, and I need to put them with my stash here, and I can use the packaging from that. Sorry for that crinkly noise. I know that can be a little annoying when you've got some headsets on. I got this whole stack of stencils for $1. And there is one Tim Holtz. I think these other ones are Dina Wakley. I don't know. I wish people would mark their stuff so that I knew a little bit more what it is. But I do love this stencil. Okay, so let's take some of this plastic packaging. And where is my thing now that's going to glue everywhere? I'll move those stencils in just a second. Oh, I'm kind of a mess today, you guys. That's all right. I'm having a pretty okay day, so we'll take it. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and glue that right there. I already got some sticky on this. And then I'll know how big I need this little piece to be. Now, I don't save every single package like this anymore. I used to. I had a huge stack of them, and then it felt like the stack just kind of took over, and it was everywhere. So, you know, if you do save things in junk journals, we like to use junk, or things that would be thrown away. We feel like we're good at recycling things. And that can be fantastic. But if you're getting overwhelmed by product packaging, trust me, there will be so much more. So recycle what you don't have room to store. The noodle boxes. I have a problem with noodle boxes. I absolutely love them. Your favorite sound, you love the crinkling. Yeah, there's something about the plastic crinkling, though. It's not the good kind of crinkle. It can be a little annoying when you're wearing earbuds. I finally decided I have a drawer, and the packages that I want to craft with are in that drawer. And if it exceeds the drawer, it just gets recycled because I was saving too many. Okay, so let's glue this. We'll put in our acetate. I got ahead of myself there. And then we'll make the whole thing a pocket. And hopefully it will work out fine. And we'll stencil on this. And this can either be glued into a junk journal or stuffed in a pocket. You could make it into a little card. You could make it into a little notebook. All the things. I think I'm loving this little flower that's going to go on there. Okay. Did my tomorrow friend make it in here? She sent me a message a few minutes ago just to see if I was still around, because I haven't been live much this week. Like I said, I've had some struggles with all of my insulin and supplies, and it's a nightmare trying to coordinate it all. Get exhausted just thinking about it, honestly. Oh, thank you, Leah, from Make Other Things With Me. She always sends me all these. I don't know what that one was. Is that like a super something spiffy cool thing? Okay, so there. Now we have a little window in our window. And when we put things in there, where did the little... There we go. So now when this goes in here, I won't try to escape out the little frame. Hello. Oh, I can't see who that is. Oh, boy. Maybe if I see what works best for me is not what works best for the live. So I have a really hard time reading the comments. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, not a good eye day today. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this down, and then I want to stencil on the front. So I'm just going to do that same gluing that we did first right over the acetate, and it will glue over that. And then here we really don't have to put glue because it's got a fold already, but I will just because then our little whatever we put in the pocket will have a little barrier. Oops. Okay, there we go. And I need to do some trimming down here. There's some acetate somewhere. I can feel it. Okay. Now, on a stencil, there was that little, where'd it go? This. Yes, we'll put a little vine on here. Maybe we'll go, do I want to do this vine? I think these flowers are just kind of, or these leaves are just kind of too big. So maybe I'll put this one away and we'll do these flourish ones instead. And this one is a Tim Holtz stencil. And it has the numbers down there, but I TH something 032 or something. I don't know what's down there. And I may already have this stencil. I don't know, but anytime I see stencils like that for just $1, that was a win-win. Okay, let's do a little flourishy thing over here. Here we go. I like a stencil brush for this one. And my ink is over here in the frayed burlap area. Okay. And when I stencil, I like to use a stencil brush. I do sometimes use my ink dabber though. But a stencil brush is great because it really gets down into the grooves of your stencil. Gives you a nice crisp image. And I feel like it's a little gentler on the surface of your stencil as well. It's not trying to separate them or take them apart. Did that even go? Oh, it's on there just a little bit. That was probably, I didn't have enough ink in there. Well, let's try a little more down here. How to ever line that up again? I don't think it really matters so much though. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. I like that. Okay, so let's put a little more over here. And I think it's really great that she left this, this brown one just kind of plain so you can kind of do whatever you want to do with it. You can add stencils or stamping or maybe a little of all of it. Yeah, that looks great. I like it. I like it. All right, so this one can now go on the clip of all of the stencils. Oh, but I do think, in fact, I think it's right. Nope, that's a different one. I have a lot of stencils that were from Joann's, and how I can tell they were is because they've got two different designs on them. So this one has the flourish, and this one has a different piece on the way down, but this one is the flourish all the way. So maybe I didn't have that one. I don't know. I'd have to sit here and go through them all. Okay. There we go. And I want to make like a little cluster down in the bottom here. We can also add some stamping. I've got just some fun little crackles here. And this is just really subtle. I think I want to go maybe with the scorched timber and try and get a little darker. You can see this other one has like some little script on it in the background. That's actually printed, so you don't have to try to put that in there. But this one's fun. If you want to try, you can stamp like a scripty font stamp, or background stamps or stencils are fantastic just for adding in some background noise. Okay. It's not adding a whole lot, but it is adding something. Okay, we'll like it. We'll keep it. There's a little stuffy in here. How's everybody else's weather? I heard it's like super hot. To the east of here. I love those crinkles. I like those crinkles too. Okay. I made this pocket. This was out of the, we are doing a tall and skinny book in my subscription group. And I made this little This was one of the little envelopes. I haven't put it together yet because I don't know where I want it to glue down or how I want it to glue down, but I did just that frayed burlap spray on the inside and then closed it up, and I put this little butterfly here as the closure. I think that looks really cute. Okay, so this one I think I want to ink a little bit right there so it doesn't look so much like that spot is really missing. So this little circular piece here gives you room to put in a label. You could put some journaling there, like you could write the person's name or place or date or whatever. I'm going to use it, I think, to put a flower, though. There's already a flower here, but I think I want to add just another one. So I think I'm going to glue it just like this, and then we could also add a little extra one here. I think I want to ink that too. Sometimes it's great to just have a play with your ephemera. Just sit here and have a play, whether it is digital or it is maybe you want to make some pockets or envelopes or tags or whatever it is. Whether you're starting with a digital kit or just working with some maybe of your own ephemera from a trip or just that you have or whatever the theme of your journal is. Sometimes nice just to use maybe book page or scrapbook paper if you don't even really have a theme in mind. That way, when you are in the middle of making a journal, you can pull out some of these pieces and put them onto the pages. So this is a little bird. Oh, look how cute. Very sparkly. I don't feel like, I think this is sequins and like rock candy glitter. Ooh, there's a butterfly. That could be nice. Let's see. Let's come off of here. So that could go like right there. See, you're not even really going to see much of that. Sorry, guys. My throat is super dry. Okay. There we go. I think I want to put it like that. And then, hey, there's Christy. You're not late. Come on in. Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. She is the one who put our Artistry Collective together. She just got home from a Disney trip. I'm sure she's going to have lots to talk to us and tell us about too. And she will be after me is Leah from Make All the Things With Me. And then after Leah is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. I think once it gets into a journal, it'll be fine. I do kind of like that though. Let's see. Let's take that out and see what it looks like with this little. You could also put in a little bird. That would be cute. This bird has a little bit of a bent tail. Maybe once you glue it down, it will stay there. These are Prima flowers. I think they're fairly old. I've had them in my stash for a while. See, what I like about these Prima flowers too is that you can use the packaging because they kind of make it look distressed and old. It does have a lot of adhesive on it, but that's okay. It's kind of like the Tim Holtz packaging, so you could even use this and glue your little photo on here and then trim it out and it would have something great on there. I could put it on here. And then that would, let's do that because then it will help it slide into that pocket a little better. We could also put a little tab on this as well. Sometimes it's fun to just sit at your desk and have a play with whatever is there. Then it kind of helps to clean. It does make more, you are creating more of a crafty mess sometimes with what's there as well, but kind of cleaning up some of the things that are on your desk using them. Oop. Ooh. Okay. And we'll give this a little trim around. I'm kind of keeping this little, I kind of like a little bit of a border until maybe when we get here. But I think if I just add some ink around there, it'll be okay. And then whatever pieces of those I don't use, I can still stick back on there. Okay, see, and that just, let's make sure there's no, you could always stick something on the back of there too. It's a little sticky. Leah for sharing her info into the Inspiring Friends group. Yes, thank you so much for doing that. That is so fabulous. Hey, there's Tamara from Tamara's Designs. I was just talking about you not long ago, my friend. Telling everyone that we will have Thursdays with Friends live on my page tomorrow. And we'll be doing our last Jeween. If you don't know, Jeween is Tamara's version of halfway to Halloween in June. So we've been having so much fun creating creepy stuff. Hello, tomorrow. I think Chris is in the house. Yes, I am okay. I briefly saw your messages. I was just getting ready to sign in here. Okay, let's put a real Brad in there. Now, you don't have to do this. Sometimes I like when there is, like this is just paper. It's printed. So it's printed on there, implied that there is a Brad there. But you could put a sequin or a Brad or an enamel dot. Or an eyelet. An eyelet would be pretty. I'm just going to go ahead and use a Brad there. And hopefully I don't regret that because I will have Brad tabs to hide. Should be okay though. Let's see, and that's not going to be functional, so I'll press it down. See, and that just gives it one more extra little piece of interest there. And I'm going to glue this here. So I want these Brad tabs to be going up and down. I think I am going to go ahead and glue that down. And let's see, most of this can glue. Make sure I don't have any glue hanging out over here. Yep, okay. And then we'll put this little piece. Did I ink this? Yes, I did. Okay, good. And we need to sparkle our butterfly wings. Yes, our tomorrow friend is in the house. Hello, hello. Most of you guys weren't here when I first popped on. I got to see one of the ladies that's in my subscription group. She's here from Alabama visiting her family. They did a road trip from Alabama all the way to Washington. And they're staying until Friday. But today, she got to go to my favorite diner with me. We had lunch and a great chat. And she gave me this cool little Happy Mail. While we're waiting for those sparkles to dry. See if I can do it again. Okay, I think it goes this way. And then you turn it. Oh, which way does it turn? It's actually so pretty. She did such a good job. These things sometimes. You just got to figure out which way the paper wants to bend. There we go. I think, yeah, this way. So it turns like this. And then it has a little fun get well message in there. So sweet. So fun too. Oh, there we go. So see if I would just turn it this way. Bees at the bottom. And turn. Yeah, it's so cool. I love that. Okay, there is my little sparkling wings. Ah, you called me. Yeah, it is cute, right? She did a good job. Okay, so let's see. What do I want to put there? Do I want to put this butterfly? I think I really like the butterfly, actually. Let's turn on some hot glue. And maybe I can get a little piece of lace in there, too, or a little piece of cheesecloth. There was something here floating on my desk. I saw it. Where'd it go? There it is, a little piece of something. Do I want that in there? I don't know. there was this piece too. See, I have so much things on my desk. There's always something you can create out of the things that are on your desk. I turn this fan on, and when I do that, it like blows directly on one spot of my arm, and it makes it so cold. Okay, so let's look at Our Lady here as well. And we're gonna, I think I like this butterfly here. And I think we're gonna need a little tab on this little card, because it does fit in here, but I want it to be able to go in and out. And when we open it, we don't want to try to get that acetate there. So hopefully, yeah, that'll just go in right there. And a tab would be nice. So let's do that. Let's get... just a little scrap would be nice. Ooh, I have a metallic paper. That's kind of pretty. I also have it in kind of a purple. Ooh, I think the purple is kind of pretty. Let's make a little tab out of that. And that's really thick too, so a tab will be nice. Okay. Tab punch. Now we're introducing a new color. Sometimes that can be kind of tricky when you've got a project going, but if you're just making ephemera, it can be okay. Ooh, there we go. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll make a punch of a few more of these tabs, so that way if whenever I do this project, whatever this is going into, I can add more tabs in the project, so that way it's not just in one spot. Okay, and fortunately, this image is kind of down towards the bottom of the picture, so there's plenty of room for a little tab right at the top. And we're going to go ahead and glue that. And making tab punches or any kind of punch out of your scraps is a really great way to just use them up. Just keep them in a little envelope or a container or something. Just that's the secret. When you do make stuff out of your scraps, make sure it's in a place where you can find it. There was a cool post online the other day that said, if you could start over with your craft room, what would you do? And it was interesting. Almost everybody said they would buy less things. And I kind of see that. I have so many things in here. It's hard to use the things I do enjoy because the clutter is just so much. It's everywhere. My space has changed and evolved over the years. I started out just a little like shoebox, and I would work on things at my coffee table, really. And then I started working on things in between meals at the dining room table, and then I had a little like dresser looking thing that I would store stuff in that was in our mudroom. And then that kind of evolved when we moved. I got a little bigger space. Then I ended up with a store, and I had a whole studio of space in the back. That was amazing. I didn't use it to the best of what is available. I should have used it better, but then I was downsized back to just a big desk in our bedroom. And then when one of the daughters moved out, I ended up with what used to be her bedroom. And now I have two. So, but 2.0 hasn't happened yet. So I still really I have one in a mess. Okay, I want to put an eyelet in there. I just got to make sure I have found the right color. Oh, there's the case I wanted, way down there. I sit on this bar stool in my craft desk, and so my legs dangle, which is great because it keeps the pressure off. But they start to fall asleep as well from the dangling. And it's hard to reach things that are down low. Okay, here we go. I got it. Let's see. Which way do we open this? Get an eyelet for our little card. Do this one. We don't need sequins. Pretty though. Okay. Now I'm sitting crooked in here. Oh, come on. There we go. And let's go ahead and give it a squish. We'll set this eyelet. Now, if I remember right, these eyelets are very delicate, so don't squish a ton. Just enough. Yep. All right. And my battery is not wanting to turn on my glue. Dwayne, are you there?
Yep.
Can you bring me a battery? Whoa. Gonna cause a craft lunch in here. All right, I think we have some time. We can still get our piece glued all together. Thank you. All right, it's great, so great to have a spare. That was like one of the best Christmas gifts ever. One year I got the Ryobi, and then the next year he got me extra batteries and a bigger battery. That was absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's make sure our little tag piece. So that was just packaging, and the back is a little sticky, but I think I've got a fix for that. We'll just put a piece of this pretty paper back there. And let's make sure it goes into our little pocket. Perfect. I like that. And like I said, if you don't want to use, you know, people that aren't your people or whatever, you could just do a little photo or some journaling. You could always glue in a photo over that if you don't know what you want to put in there yet. Okay, so I need to see if I just want to do a little piece of this fabric. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Wednesday. Like I said, today's my anniversary. It's been 21 years, but we've been together for 25. So, oh, there's Oscar. Okay, let's see. I already glued that down. I was going to say, darn, maybe a little piece right there would have been nice. Let's see. Does that really add anything? It kind of does. I kind of like that. And I want to make sure these little antennae are around that brad. So sometimes placement is really key. Thank you guys. Yeah. I don't know that we really have any plans today, but lunch was great. I got to meet one of the ladies from my subscription group. She's here from Alabama, so that was great. And we just kind of chatted and had a little downtime, which was fantastic. All right, we got 15 minutes left. We could still put in something on the back. I think what I want to do is use a piece of this pretty paper while the Ryobi is warming up. And we'll put a little piece on the back here. So that way, if we don't wind up gluing it onto a page, I could always just use it inside of a pocket, like a floating pocket is what they call it. And the reason they call it like floating is because floating ephemera or whatever, it just means that it's not attached to the journal, like you can move it around. And sometimes having those options is really great. Okay. I love this paper. It's pretty great. It's kind of like neutral, so it can go with just about anything. And I'm going to leave the back fairly flat, just in case, like I said, I want to glue it in. Thank you. I don't know that we have any plans. We did go out to dinner last night, so that was nice. Oh, I lost my little mark. My little measure by nail tick. There it is. Perfect. And I think I'm going to cut just another one of this size. So that way we can glue it on the back of that little tag. Okay, here we go. We'll get this out of here. And now we can put this one right in here. I think this way is the way it goes. Ish. All right, let's ink around the side of that too. Thank you. Yeah, it was funny on the way home from lunch. We were talking about how many years it's been and all the things and places we've gone to and things we've done, and it's been a whole life. It's been great. Although my friend that I met for lunch, she said she has 40 something years married, so that's fantastic. And they're still getting along just fine, willing to road trip. Now, if you're willing to road trip with somebody, that really lets you know how compatible you are. If you can travel or road trip with somebody or work cattle, work on a farm with somebody, you will definitely find out if you are compatible. Okay, I wanted it this way. Let's glue this on. Now, we could glue this as a pocket too, but I think I'm just gonna, well, yeah, let's make it a pocket. Ooh. Okay, I want to see if this will cut. Now, if you have, this is just printer paper. I have a scrap of cardstock. I want to make just a little divot here. So I'm going to use just this scrap of cardstock to make the paper a little thicker as it's going to trim it out here. And this is just, I'm just temporarily letting it sit there. If I can coordinate my hands well enough to do it. There we go. And, whoops. Come on. There we go. And that just gives the punch a little something to grab onto, punch it through. There we go. And now that will just be a scrap. Sometimes I just have those scraps laying there just for that purpose of cardstock. That way we know it's a little pocket. And if we don't wind up using this pocket, we can always glue it closed or just leave it there for what if. And go ahead and glue this one down. I want to stay as close to the edge as I can. That way it gives lots of room in there for whatever I might put in there. And then we'll be onto the other side and we'll glue our little embellishments on. Now, of course, I'm talking and having a great time and all the things, but you can see just how long it takes to work on some of these pieces. I know I've talked about before the value in junk journals, and sometimes I'm just surprised because people are like, oh, you know, I can sell it for like next to nothing because I'm not really an artist, I'm not really whatever. But time and costs are, you got to add in a little bit of your time because some of these things can really take a long time to work out. Okay, now I could put a little notch right there just to let us know that that's a little pocket. Let's do it. And it's rare that you will ever be able to recoup all of your time for these. I just wanted to punch the one layer, and I don't think this punch will fit in there. But you do at least have to consider your cost. And when you're looking at journals and, you know, trying to value them, sometimes things can take longer than it takes. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just have this all punched or no punch. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll do it. There we go. I like that. And I'll ink. And that gives our little pocket a little easier way to insert our little card here. Yep, like it. Okay, and this I wanted to put on just on the back of here. Oh, that's even a little too big. Wow, what was I doing here? I thought it was going to fit. Let's see. And this will just help to cover up that adhesive spot. Let's use the big scissors. Broke out the big scissors. I'm not exactly the straightest cutter, so you could tear here. Or like I said, it's just really to kind of blend in. Now I'm covered in little paper punchies. Okay, so we'll glue this on. This can go in our pocket. And then the Ryobi is all good to go. And we'll add our ephemeras. And I think that will be the last little touch before it's time to go see and hang out with Leah from Make All the Things With Me. Yeah, 8 minutes, Leah. Time is counting down. I think it's 8 minutes. Sometimes my Fitbit gets very out of sync. Okay, whoops. Almost put the lid on this. And we'll glue this on here. Which way do I like up? Yeah. Now that can be a pocket too, but this one's going to be going in and out of the other pocket, so I want to make sure this is nice and secure. It doesn't have anything that's going to be hindering that kind of delicate acetate that's sliding in and out. But it will also kind of provide a smoother spot here where the transition from that tab is, so that's nice too. Okay. So this can go in here. Now when we're using hot glue and we have this acetate here, we need to be careful that I don't burn a hole in it. Yes, I've done that before. I've even caught my paper on fire before with a heat tool. So just be really careful. Who knew crafting was such a dangerous sport, right? Okay, here we go. I like that. Oh, that almost, look at that. That was like perfect happenstance. Happy little accident. Okay. And I feel like this purple tab kind of coordinates with this color here. So it's working out. And where did my butterfly go? There's the butterfly. And I had that tiniest little speck of cheesecloth somewhere. There it is. I was trying to decide if I wanted to stamp on this or not, but I think I'm just going to put it in here. And now if I wanted to get it to make sure it's going to stay where I wanted to go, I could just staple it in place, but then I'm going to have the little staple going through as well. And I don't know if I want that. So I think I'm just going to hot glue it. Now, of course, you can use Fabri-Tac or Fabri-Fix or whatever it is you like to use. I personally don't like some of those glues because the smell really gets me. And cost as well, cost and availability. So got to think about all of those things when you're buying your supplies. Okay, I like that it has just this little bit of a fray right there. And I'm going to glue my butterfly here. Speaking about supplies, I did just buy the neon alcohol inks from Ranger and Tim Holtz. Can't wait till they get here. I wasn't sure I was going to get them because I thought, I have so many alcohol inks already. But then, of course, what did I do? I watched his live demo. I was like, oh, I need those. Need those for Halloween. They are blacklight reactive. And so cool. So, and they are different from regular alcohol inks. So I can't wait to have a play with them and see how that goes. Okay. I love that. Look at that. Your Simon Says stamp shipped today. Awesome. I think mine shipped yesterday. I got the notice, but the alcohol inks I didn't order from there. That is the July kit that'll be coming to do an online class with Tim Holtz and Simon Says Stamp from Tim's studio. That's going to be fun. And it's kind of a class to get you all hyped up for Christmas as well. Work on some Christmas crafts. Oh, I like that. I love that off center. And so this already has all my sparkles and is good to go. Now I could, like I said, put things on the back. But I think I want to keep it relatively flat. So what can we do with this, something like this? Like I said, you can use this to pull out. You can put an actual photo here. You can do some journaling. Now this was just junk packaging from my little Prima flower embellishment. Got some white hanging out the top there. I don't actually like. So I'm going to rub some ink along there. Get rid of that. Now, anytime you don't know what to craft, or if you're feeling like a little funk or whatever, sorry guys, I think we got a delivery coming in.
Hey, stop.
Yeah, delivery truck. Have a seat at your desk and just see what kind of things are in your sight. Remy, quiet. See what kind of things are right in your wheelhouse here, and you can put together some fun little pockets or clusters, or use up some of the embellishments you've got floating around. Even if you just wind up cutting out some pieces or punching some little punches of things. Now, I did kind of make more scraps. that is inevitable. Even if you are making things out of your scraps, you will then make more scraps. It never fails. But this will be actually kind of great to go in one of the journals I'm making right now. And really could go in just about any journal. So this can slide right in here. There's our little tab. That tab worked out just perfect. There we go. And a piece of acetate there. We've got our little cluster here. I like that. Now this little cluster here we could use to write the date or the place or whatever. If you don't want to have that little photo of people that maybe aren't your people, you can put in just this little journaling card. And look how beautiful that is. Just like that. I love that. And I added the extra brad there just for dimension. Now we could have, instead of that butterfly, but that butterfly is just perfect for there. It's like it was all meant to be. So sometimes if you just let the craft project lead you as you go along, you can find some really great things can be made that way. And we could do the same thing with these as well. These ones are supposed to be like specimen cards, but we could easily do the same thing here. See, I've got it like this. We could easily turn this into a little booklet as well. Love the butterfly. This butterfly, yeah, that one's a prima dimensional one. If you don't like to use things like this, because this does add a little bit of bulk to your books, or if you're sending something in the mail, the brad and the butterfly has beads on it already. I didn't make that. That's by Prima. It actually isn't as dimensional as it looks like. It's not adding a lot of width to my item, but it does stick off the page. And when you're gluing things down and you've got acetate here, I should probably pop a little spot of glue right there just because. But be careful that when you're gluing, if you're using hot glue like I am, you don't want to hit that plastic. So that was a perfect spot to glue because it hit my paper right there instead of the plastic. Because it will melt this. Okay. Is Sharon in the house? I don't know if she is. If she is, hello, Sharon. Yeah, come get your dog. She's being noisy. There was actually a delivery truck here. I don't know what we got. I hope it's something fun. Yeah, I don't know that it was an anniversary gift or not, but Mr. Frapps he actually ordered from Dollar Tree. I go in there, they have a trail mix that I absolutely love, and I can't find it anywhere else. It's just these. I'll show you guys. I love this. They have a sunshine blend, they have an energy one, and they have a protein one. But this one has banana chips and cranberries, almonds, cashews, and blueberries. And he actually ordered me a whole case of these, so I don't have to go into the store and be all sad because they only have 2 or 3 of them. And then I don't have to go. I think he ordered them so that we don't have to go to Dollar Tree, and I can still have the snacks I like. It winds up, I was like, I wonder if he paid shipping. I don't know if I really want to pay the cost for shipping, but it probably costs more if I go in there because then I find other things I like to buy. Another thing you could do on these little frames is you could use those baseboard frames that Tim Holtz has somewhere, like the little chipboard frames, and really outline the frame part of this. And that could be really fun. I did make a page in my my little Well, it's not little. I haven't made a long skinny book in a really long time. Tall skinny book. So this is what we've been working on. It's really fun. I did a page in here that has one of these frames as well, the specimen frame. But this one was put together with tape. And so it's actually, it's actually a clear window with a butterfly in there. So it's really fun as well. There's a butterfly on the back. Very fun. This one just goes around the page, still has our eyelets and our sparkling butterflies as well. So guys, it's time for Leah. Go see Leah over at Make All the Things With Me, and I will see you here next week, next Wednesday. After Leah from Make All the Things With Me is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. Thanks for hanging out with me today and just relaxing and doing some live craft chat. I'd love it if you'd hit that subscribe button and like and comment, and I'll see you next week. Bye everyone.